All right, I'm here with Aimee Garcia. I mean, I almost want to say like, well, you know, you're Lucifer and Dexter and all these. You've done a ton of things. You've done a ton of things. We obviously don't have nowhere near enough time to talk about it all. I like to get to know the person kind of behind the characters. I know your father is of Puerto Rican descent.
Yep.
From San Juan, Puerto Rico. That's where my family's from. And he was in the United States Armed Forces, right?
Actually,
is that true?
I know it says that online. My grandfather was.
It was your grandfather?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not my dad.
What service was he in?
Army.
Army.
Yeah.
Army.
Yeah.
The best service.
The fighting Boricuans in World War II.
There you go.
My grandfather was in the same unit.
All right, the fighting Boricuan. There we go.
There you go. I love it.
So yeah, I've done my homework here. So I know you went to Northwestern University.
Yep.
You triple majored in economics, journalism, and French. Why wasn't 2 enough for you? Why 3?
That's a good question. I think I just wanted to sneak in the French, but I was like, I don't want 3 majors. It seems like way too much work. So I'll just keep it minor, as I have my Dexter gloves. Gloves.
You look great. That's actually a tie-in. So you spent 3 years on Dexter as Jamie Batista.
Yeah.
Are there any cool stories from the set that you can share? Stuff that maybe didn't make it anywhere else that we can learn about?
You know, that set was a very intense set because Michael C. Hall is like a really serious actor, but then at the rap party he was like the first person on the dance floor tap dancing. So he's very, I didn't want to mess with him. Like we would take golf carts to the stage, and when he's in the zone. It's like his version of getting ready for, going out to whatever, to the war zone,
Okay.
And he he was very focused. So I didn't want to mess with him. I didn't want to mess with his focus. And then he would be the first one on the dance floor, which was so cool.
That's you know what? It doesn't surprise me, yet somehow surprises me. So you got to play Dr. J. Kim in the reboot of the RoboCop franchise, which I really enjoyed, and I was hoping they were going to do so much more with. What do you think was it that maybe the critics didn't like? Why didn't it connect the way it did with me?
Yeah.
But I'm curious. What do you think?
I really liked it too. And Jose Padilla, does all the Narcos series, so. He's great. He did this movie called Elite Squad, which is amazing. Right. It's a Brazilian movie. It's all in Portuguese, but it's so good. So he's a really good filmmaker. I have no idea. Sometimes things that you don't think hit, and things that you think shouldn't. But I don't know. I'm with you. I thought the acting was great, and the directing was great, and the cinematography was great. So
it's a new generation for us. That I know I grew up on the '80s RoboCop and all that, but it was a really cool take on a new generation of it, and I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So hopefully, maybe who knows, maybe down the line something.
Fingers crossed.
You joined Lucifer in the 2nd season.
Yeah.
What was it like, kind of trying to come into something that was already established, and then also making your own stake to that character in that world?
It was like being a fan of a band and not wanting to mess up the band, but they ask you to be in the band. Mm-hmm. So you're like, well, they want me to be the percussionist. I hope I just make it better.
Try to make good music with them.
Yeah, exactly. You just want to add, to the beautiful music that was already there.
No.
And I love it. She's a total dork, but has her occasional naked scenes, which is what it is. And you get to see all sides of Ella Lopez.
I know a lot of guys ain't complaining about it. That's all I'm saying. So the last thing I'll ask you is that you have this really cool writing partnership with AJ Mendez, former professional wrestler, AJ
she's
Lee.
A badass.
You guys wrote Glow versus the Babyface, 4 issues for Dungeons and Dragons, and then the upcoming Blade of the 47 Ronin.
Yep.
So what is it about writing that gets you as excited as maybe your acting stuff?
Oh, it's the best. It's you get to create something from total scratch, So for Blade of the 47 Ronin, which will be on Netflix later this year, it's the sequel to the 47 Ronin.
Yep.
And we were like, God, why can't women be samurai? Like chicks love seeing, female samurais, and guys like seeing female samurais. It's a win-win. Everybody likes it. So we made the 2 leads of our film female samurai. They're amazing. And I guess that with writing, you have the opportunity to create what you didn't see as a kid, right? I'm Latina. I didn't see a lot of representation growing up, except I do feel like military movies are actually pretty diverse, right? I mean, I feel like you see all sorts of people.
It's part of the military experience.
Yeah, I mean, small town, different parts of the country. So that I always found really diverse. And sci-fi, I feel like has always been pretty diverse. But besides that, we were kind of virtually invisible back in the day. So the thing with writing is it's such a cool opportunity to literally create the change you want to see. So we're so excited to see that movie come to fruition, and we're developing a bunch of other stuff because we could have more Latina superheroes.
Yeah.
And we're writing this other action comedy, which I think will be really fun. But AJ's awesome. Like, I'm sure you guys all know who she is. She was like one of the top female wrestlers in the world. She is so cool, so smart. I call her my work wife. So I essentially am married on paper to
Not a bad
AJ
thing.
Mendez,
Not a bad
fellow
thing.
Puerto Rican. So yes, I'm very lucky to have an amazing work wife who could kick my ass, but also protect me if I ever need it.
That's right. Well, that's all the questions I have for you.
Thank you so much. Can I just say thank you?
Yes,
for your
please,
service?
absolutely
Okay.
say.
I just want to say thank you to the men and women who do what you do every day. I am, a big supporter of just, and I'm very grateful. And I just want to thank you for your service and thank you for allowing us to do what we love to do. I have so much respect for what each of you do. So hopefully these shows make the days go by a little quicker and make those long tours, overseas, just a little easier.
Yeah. And your social media so people can follow you?
Oh, and my social media. Aimee Garcia, the number 4 Reels with a Z is my Instagram. And then my Twitter, I think, is Aimee_Garcia. I don't know what my Facebook is, and TikTok coming soon.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Awesome.
Really
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
And
Appreciate it.
if you ever want, I left you a card, but if you ever want to
great.
come on the show, we do
Okay.
it virtually,
Okay.
so you can dial in from anywhere, and we can do like the
Awesome.
full interview where I really, get to know the person
We
behind
go
the
deep.
stuff.
We
yes,
go deep.
we go
Okay.
deep. So thank you
Awesome.
so much
Thank
for
you
your
so
time.
much.
Really
Appreciate
appreciate
you.
it. Thank you.
You're welcome.